Hi, my name is Alexandra, and I'm very happy to present our pictorial, Drawing from Social Media to Inspire Increasingly Playful and Social Drone Futures. I'm doing this presentation on behalf of my colleagues, Dagan, Ferran, Altarriba, Bertran, and Katherine Isbister from the Social Emotional Technology Lab at UC Santa Cruz. So, when we think of drones, there are some common associations. For example, military surveillance, delivery, search and rescue missions, or more recently, COVID-19 disinfectation. But these are quite productivistic and utilitarian uses of drones. We also found that in research, exploring how drones might afford experiences that are not necessarily productivistic in a material sense is not a dominant research agenda either. However, there are some works that explore alternative paths for human-drone interaction. For example, work has been done to encode emotions in drones with the robot's flight patterns. For example, making a drone fly very fast in a non-linear fashion might make it look anxious. Or drones to enhance physical activities like Tai Chi-inspired movements, street games with playground projections for kids, or games with a drone ball that changes the traditional physical properties of a ball, for example, by making it lighter or by making it fly slower. We found the previous examples particularly interesting because play is an essential way of engaging with and learning about our world and ourselves. Play creates opportunities for well-being, creativity, self-expression, learning, and meaningful social interaction. Because of that, it can enrich our interactions with technology and nurture a number of societal values that are important for human flourishing. So we see that this overall lack of playful and non-utilitarian research is a missed opportunity, and we argue that playful design could be a way to explore alternative avenues for human-drone interaction. Which brings us to our research question. How do people already make social and playful uses of drones? Unlike the previous works that present the development of a specific design and its evaluation, we take a step back and explore the kinds of playful and social things people enjoy doing with drones in naturalistic settings, with the objective of inspiring future designs. So what did we do? We chased play potentials on social media. What are play potentials? Play potentials are existing manifestations of contextual playful engagement that emerge in the wild and that can be used as design material. So basically, it's playful things that people spontaneously do in the wild. We knew from our personal experience that many people use social media to show what they're doing with drones and went on to explore TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So what did we do exactly? Well, the first step was to collect posts. I began our exploration by collecting relevant posts from Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube by using my private accounts. To do so, I used a range of search keywords related to play and playfulness, such as combinations of the word drone with fun or play. I browsed many posts associated with these keywords and selected a small fraction of those, coming up to a total of 143 posts, based on my appreciation of whether the post featured a playful, social, or non-utilitarian use of a drone. Which brings us to step 2, organizing the post in a Pinterest board. Presenting all of the posts from the 3 different platforms was pretty challenging. So to overcome this challenge of presenting them as a collection, all the posts were added to a Pinterest board. This allowed us to centralize the content and visualize a preview image for each post, while still maintaining a URL link to the original post. First, I clustered the posts using inductive thematic analysis, which resulted in a series of emerging themes. For example, a theme for posts featuring drones and animals, or drones in cooking scenarios. These themes helped us identify recurrent, playful, and social interaction mechanisms. A total of 24 drone-based interaction themes were found, which were then reviewed and validated by the 3 other researchers. Step 3 was about clustering similar groups into broader categories, because when we identified our 24 initial themes, we found many similarities. So we did a second round of clustering for chord sorting exercise using Trello. This allowed us to narrow down our initial list of themes into a set of fewer and broader categories. Step 4 was reviewing and pruning. From the initial set of themes, we narrowed down to a final list of 6 categories. We did that by eliminating repetition and by removing themes that had fewer instances in our dataset. Our final selection of drone-based play potential reflects what we thought was most relevant, inspiring, and actionable to generate new ideas based on our knowledge in playful, social, and embodied interaction design. So you can access the Pinterest board with all the posts and play potentials at the link displayed on the screen. So here are the 6 play potentials of the pictorial. We believe they hold generative power, as they could be inspirational for designers and help spark ideas for increasingly playful and social drone-based experiences. For each play potential, we also present guiding inspirational questions that can help creators imagine new concepts. So the first category is Connect, and it speaks about experiences where people use drones to create or enhance opportunities for social connection. So the second category is Thrill. In this category, we present ways in which people use drones to create physical game challenges that may lead to thrill in their completion and to laughter when they fail. The third category is Reinvent. We show how people hack and reinvent mundane, everyday activities by performing them in alternative ways using drones, such as walking their dog or giving a haircut with a drone. Our prank play potential speaks about experiences where people use drones to prank, scare, or surprise others by creating unexpected flying elements in urban spaces. Animate. This play potential highlights ways in which people make drones come to life by giving them human or animal qualities, like adding some googly eyes on a drone, for example. And finally, in the Create category, we see how people explore drones' flying aerial affordances in creative ways. For example, drones can be used as a new type of pen brush, or for light painting, or even for performance art. So we present all the play potentials in detail in the pictorial, but let's focus on the Connect category. This category speaks about experiences where people use drones to create or enhance opportunities for social connection. For example, people use drones to invite others to engage with each other. A drone was customized with an attached mistletoe branch. It invites people to kiss as it hovers above couples' heads, which is an interaction design inspired by the Christmas tradition of kissing under the mistletoe. People can also impress or surprise others by using drones to deliver unusual items, such as toilet paper for a neighbor in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, or also an engagement ring to create a unique and impressive wedding proposal. So how do we go from drone-based play potentials to design? How can this pictorial be used to inspire new ideas? So first, this pictorial could be used during contextual research as a starting point for how to begin your inquiries about people's drone uses and preferences. Our list of play potentials and design trajectories can be further developed with new data from methods like interviews, surveys, and focus groups with expert and non-expert drone users. Then it could also be used during early ideation, where the play potentials can be used as fundamental elements for brainstorming exercises, where ideas can be created within specific design trajectories using the documented play potentials we found. It may also support coming up with more original, informed, and contextually sound ideas. And finally, during the concept development and prototyping phase, well, the guiding questions and example posts are actionable tools to concretize ideas that designers and researchers had. For example, when social media users customized their drones to paint, how did they attach the paintbrush to the drone, or how did they dip the brush into paint? So we ourselves used the play potentials in our ideation stage to produce a catalog of speculative drone design technologies. We used the Crazy 8 brainstorming exercise to come up with 35 design ideas, which we then narrowed down to 10 ideas that we then presented in this catalog that we will use further down the line to engage with stakeholders in further co-design stages. You can access the catalog at the link that's displayed on the screen. So to wrap it all up, we believe that our work can inspire designers and researchers, give rise to future human-drone interaction designs that give rise to social and playful experiences that have not been explored before. Thank you very much for your attention, and we wish you a happy reading.